Hello again, everybody. This is the Masked Crusader, and it is time for another Free Software Friday, the special webisode series where I go over certain free softwares that I think are usable, that are good for use, and I recommend using. So, the next free software that I'm going to show off today is the Auslogics Disk Defragger. Now, the Disk Defragger is free. There's a link in the description below if you want a copy of it. Now, I must iterate that this defragger isn't fully featured. It may be missing some of the features that you want to see in other disk defragmenters. And if that's the case, if there's some reason, if there's some setting or some feature that you think is in here that I think is not, go ahead and leave me a comment below. But I've pretty much gone through this program left, right, up, down, backwards, and forwards to figure out what it does because it's awesome. So, we'll look at the disk defragmenter. So, in the disk defragmenter, it brings up all your hard drives that you have on your system. And it also recognizes my multi-bay smart card reader, whatever. But it only automatically selects the hard drives. Now what you can do with this software is you can select a hard drive and you can analyze the software hard drive to find out if there are any, it's going to do all the checked. So when you choose analyze, any drive that's checked, it will automatically analyze and tell you how many fragmented files there are. There's one fragmented file on this drive. There is one fragmented file on that drive. There is one fragmented 24 or 31 fragmented files on this drive. And then it'll give you how much is actually fragmented. Oh, 31 files total. So, it's found 31 files that are fragmented. So, you can either automatically defrag those right now. You can defrag and optimize. What that does is that takes all the data and it scoots it to the front of the drive. And you can actually go up to settings, view. Yeah, speed map. And it'll show you, this is just a visual outlook of the drive. The stuff that's at the beginning of the drive is actually quicker to access, and the stuff that is near the end of the drive is slower to access. So when you choose defrag and optimize, it takes all the data and it squishes as much of it as it can into the fast access zone. And then whatever doesn't fit goes into the medium access zone. And then whatever doesn't fit goes into the slow access zone. I can show that off best by going to my full drive. This drive is a 500 gig drive, and I've got 89 gigs free. So it fills up pretty much all the drive. This is backup of movies and music and all sorts of stuff. It's all the media stuff that my Tversity streams to my house. Now, so that's what defrag and optimize do. When it's in the middle of a defrag, you can pause and you can stop, and then you can turn off my PC after defragmentation. If you're going to defrag overnight, that would be a good one to do. The general tells you what drives have been looked at, how many fragmented files there are. If you click on the Files tab, it'll tell you which files on that drive are fragmented so that you can see exactly how they are. And it tells you how many fragments there are in that file. And then System Health is links to a couple other applications that are on the web that you can download. They don't really do anything in this application, but you can... It scans it for things that it might be of a concern and then gives you the option of downloading another program. I suppose that is the way that they pay for this software because the software is free and it works great. Now, one thing that is awesome about this application is you can schedule your defragmentations. So I have it to go off every morning at 3, 14, and 15 seconds. It'll defragment all the local drives and it will create a report. So you can actually view the report every day of what files have been defragged and which ones haven't. You can also get to that option from going to settings and scheduler. It'll bring it up as well. There are some other program settings. You can choose what language you want the application to be in. They support a lot of different languages. They don't have Haitian Creole, and I speak Haitian Creole, so that would be kind of cool, but they just don't have it. Under General, you can choose how you want it to do. You can have it sit in the system tray. You can ignore solid-state drives. I don't have any solid-state drives on here, but if you have an SSD, they don't generally need defragging, and the more reading and writing to a solid-state drive actually burns them out quicker. So that's why that option is there. You don't need to defrag an SSD. The cluster map, this tells what colors you want it to do, if you want it to be in little squares or if you want it to be in bars. It's up to you. And then it has a bunch of different schemas, how you want it to look. You can make it look like Windows Standard. You can make it look like Defraggler, which is a competition software. You can make it look like whatever you want. I leave mine on the default. Algorithms tells you, it allows you to set up a couple of things. You can do it in VSS compatible mode. This allows it to defrag drives that are optimized for volume shadow copy. You can move all the system files to the beginning of a disk. What that'll do is that'll speed up your operating system. It'll move out files that aren't system files, and it'll copy in the system files first, allowing your operating system to run quicker. You can make it skip certain files. So if you don't want to defrag files that are bigger than a gig, so let's say you have a bunch of backups of old movies, VHS cassettes that you've converted to DVD or whatever, and those files can get very large, 2 or 3 gigs each. You can make it skip those size files, or you can leave them in not. And then you can also have it delete temporary files. This will delete the Windows temporary files before it defrags, so that it'll free up some of that space. And then you can also go in here and you can choose files and folders that you want to exclude from defragging, so that they don't get defragged. Let's see. The cluster map is the settings. You can access that directly from the settings. Advanced, optimize your PC. What that does is that runs the optimize, which again shifts everything to the beginning of the drive. If you click on protect your PC against viruses, that will open up a Internet Explorer or whatever your default browser window is to another one of their packages that you can download and install. You can check all invert checkboxes, check local disk drives, whatever, schedule your defrags, and then it's got some help stuff. So the one drawback that this application doesn't have, and I wish it did, is it does not have the ability to schedule a boot time defrag. That is my only gripe with this program. Is there are a lot of files on your hard drive that are unmovable. These are like your swap file. Windows has a swap file for when it runs out of memory. It can swap out memory for other applications. System files that are currently in use by the disk are unmovable. There's a lot of files that are not movable that make it difficult to defrag a disk. Like these files right here are unmovable. These files are unmovable, which means when I optimized my disk before, they couldn't get shifted to the speedy part of my hard drive. So that's my only gripe with this entire application is you cannot schedule a boot time defrag. Now, if I'm mistaken and you can schedule a boot time defrag, tell me in the comments how you do that, because I haven't figured it out yet. So, that is Auslogics Disk Defrag. It's a free application. It's available at the link below. Enjoy, get it while it's free, and it, just between you and me, it works a lot better than the Windows defrag. Shh. It's free. Get it. Enjoy. Thank you. This is the Masked Crusader, and join me next week for another Free Software Friday.